Hello everyone, welcome back to P4 Pharma. Myself Anjita Aravind. Today we are discussing the pharmacology of anti-anxiety drugs, which comes under the classification of psychopharmacology. So first we will start with a brief description on anxiety. What is anxiety? In our life we all experienced this situation at once. No, not at once. Many times you may experienced it because in our daily life we are going through different mode of emotions. It may be a happy situation or sad one, stressful or fearful situations too. That's why the anxiety is said to be an emotional state and is unpleasant in nature, associated with uneasiness, discomfort and concerns. And some peoples may feel fear about some defined or undefined future threats. Now you will think, is you are also feeling an emotional disorders or any anxiety disorders? No, you are not a anxiety disorder patient because some degree of anxiety is a part of our normal life and the treatment is needed when it is disproportionate to the situation and it is excessive in nature. And some patients who are suffering from psychotic and depressed patients are exhibit the pathological anxiety too. So anxiety is a state which occurs in all human beings at some times or the other. And anti-anxiety drugs. These are mostly mild CNS depressants which are aimed to control the symptoms of anxiety, and these drugs which may produce a restful state of mind without interfering with the normal mental or physical functions of a human being. Thus, the drugs which is used to relieve the anxiety are called anti-anxiety or anxiolytic agents. So, now we will discuss which all drugs comes under the classification of anti-anxiety drugs. So here I added the classification of anti-anxiety drugs. So anti-anxiety drugs which comes under mainly four classifications: benzodiazepines, non-sedative azapirones, sedative antihistaminic and beta blockers. The examples of benzodiazepines are diazepam, oxazepam, lorazepam, alprazolam and chlordiazepoxides. The pharmacology of these drugs are detailedly discussed in the sedative and hypnotic portions, and the non-sedative azapirones examples are buspirons, isapirones and gepirons, and sedative antihistaminics, for example hydroxyzines, and the beta blockers example is propranolol. Here we added the mode of action or the mechanism of action of anti-anxiety drugs. We already discussed the pharmacology of benzodiazepines in the sedative and hypnotics, and we all know that the benzodiazepine which may act primarily by facilitating the inhibitory GABAergic transmissions, but some additional mechanism of action have been also suggested to that, and the benzodiazepine in higher doses which may induces sleep and impair the performance too. And here the non-barbiturate benzodiazepine which act as CNS depressants, and these drugs which may increases or help the inhibitory neurotransmitter action of the GABA and inhibit all areas of the central nervous system. Thus, there is an inhibition or control of the cortical and limbic system of brain, the area which may responsible for the emotions and rage and anxiety. Thus, the anxiety may decreases and it acts as an anti-anxiety agent. So here I added some of the major uses of anti-anxiety agents. The anti-anxiety agents are mainly used to relieve mild, moderate and severe anxiety which is associated with emotional disorders, physical disorders and excessive environmental stresses and mild depressive state without causing excessive sedation or drowsiness, and it is used for control of alcohol withdrawal symptoms and to control convulsions and to produce skeletal muscle relaxations. And these drugs also provide short-term sleep preoperatively prior to the diagnosis and insomnia. And anti-anxiety agents should always be used in time-limited regimens. So these are the main uses of anti-anxiety drugs. Now we will discuss the contraindications and side effects of anti-anxiety drugs. And the contraindications: in the patients with renal or liver and respiratory impairment are given anti-anxiety drugs with a cautions. When we considering the side effects are same as to that of the sedatives and hypnotics. And in the central nervous system, it may experiences drowsiness, ataxia, confusion, depression, and blurred visions. And in the cardiovascular system, hypotension, palpitation, and syncope may be experienced. And in the endocrine system, there is a change in the libido, and skin rashes such as Allergic symptoms may occur due to the anti-anxiety drugs and physical or psychological dependence. The non-benzodiazepines and barbiturate group of drugs has a high risk of abuse and the physical dependence. So these are the main side effects of the anti-anxiety drugs, somewhat same as to the sedatives and hypnotic drugs. So this all about the anti-anxiety drugs and its classification and pharmacology. So it was a small and simple section on the pharmacology of anti-anxiety drugs. Next we will meet with a new topic. Till then, bye bye. Thank you all.